We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
Okay, so there's some new research that's out that talks about owning a cat or a dog and how it can boost your happiness. And I don't think that's a surprise to anyone, like no brainer. Yeah, everybody knows that. But if you had to actually quantify it, if you had to actually look at what kind of happiness it's bringing you, this new survey says that it's actually the same as getting a raise from work of $89,000.
Whoa, that is a substantial raise.
Yes, an $89,000 raise at work is equivalent to the happiness that your cat or dog brings you.
You're not talking an $89,000 salary or even a one-time payment of $89,000. An $89,000 raise means take whatever salary you're making now, add $89,000 to it, and you get that every year for the rest of your employment.
Yes.
So if you work like 10 years, that's $890,000.
I'm glad you did the math. But the point is that, is it true? I guess is the question. If somebody said to you, okay, you know, if you get a cat or a dog, or if you already have a cat or dog, you know they bring you happiness.
Yeah.
But instead, you could get an $89,000 raise. What are you picking?
Listen, I love my dog. I also love me some money, not going to lie. But for me, and non-pet people are probably going to be like, are you nuts? This is a no-brainer. Like, it's a no-brainer.
Of course you pick your pet, right?
And can I tell you, like, if I ever even doubted this for a second, it was just, I was reminded yesterday. I had an event I had to run out for yesterday, so a friend of mine in the building watched coffee, and when I came back, I messaged her to be like, hey, I'm back. Can I come pick up coffee? And she's like, oh, we're out for a walk. Can you come by in like half an hour or something?
And you're like, she my baby.
And that half hour, Pooj, just being in the condo, where like I kept thinking she was there. I'm like, why am I not hearing the pitter patter of her feet? And I would look on the bed. And I'm like, where is she? I'm like, oh, she's not on the couch. I'm like, oh, right, she's not here. And I just don't like the feeling. I don't like it. I don't like it when she's not there. So forget the money. What's the money going to do for you?
Doesn't mean anything to you.
No.
I know. It's one of those things where like it just makes you think just a little bit. But of course, it's like coffee's your like kid.
Yeah.
Right?
And
It's your baby.
There's all these like warm and fuzzy feelings that happen inside you with your pet. I'm sure you get the same thing with your kids when you go home and they do something cute or they come and hug you, which money's great. I don't know. I've never had the warm and fuzzies from money.
Yeah, it's true. It doesn't give you all of that. You're not looking at the pitter patter of those dollar bills, are you?
Well, actually, that sounds kind of cool.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Okay, university study is asking the question, what is better, $89,000 raise or the happiness your pet brings? Because they've equated sort of the units of happiness that would bring you, an $89,000 raise or the happiness of a pet. I know what my answer is. It's the pet all day long.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Sandy from Ajax, what do you think?
Happiness that your pet brings to you all day long, all night long.
No question, right?
No question at all. No, 100%. The money comes and goes. Your pet is in your heart forever.
Mm-hmm.
That is probably the most brilliant way anyone has phrased it this morning. Money comes and goes. Your pet is in your heart forever.
Love
Perfect.
that.
I just lost my pet 3 weeks ago after 12 years.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm telling you, it's the loneliest feeling that you ever have. And money can't fill that void. So pets, all the pets you can get.
Oh,
Love that.
so sorry for your loss, Sandy, but thank you for taking the time to share this with us.
Thank you guys. You guys are doing great.
Appreciate you.
Bye, Sandy.
Okay, bye-bye.
Tugging at the heartstrings in here.
Yeah, Sandy's doing great considering.
Yeah, seriously.
So positive.
What's better, getting an $89,000 raise or the happiness your pet brings you? Hortensia in Mississauga.
$89,000.
Really?
$89,000 raise. How come?
Well, right now the struggle is real, and having a Siberian Husky is pretty expensive. So I would definitely go for that $89,000 raise.
Hold on, wait a minute. So you're actually a pet person. You have a dog. You have a Siberian Husky. Is he or she listening? I don't think he or she is happy right now about this.
You know what, though? It is all relative, right? Like, we're not talking about $5,000, $10,000, right? It also depends on how much money you're making currently. $89,000 is significant.
It is. Okay.
Yes, it definitely is.
Okay.
Is. So that's why I would take the money.
Wow. Okay. Hortensia, I feel you on that. I really hope they're not listening. But thank you for the call.
Thank you. Bye. Good one.
Her husky staring at the radio like,
Oh, yeah, they howl so beautifully, don't they?
By the way, like, I get it. Like, things are really expensive right now. So Hortensia brings up a very, like, pragmatic, I guess, approach. And remember, it's an $89,000 raise. So let's say you have 20 years left in your career. I mathed it.
Of course you did.
$1.78 million you're talking about over the next 20 years of $89,000 per $1.78 million. So this may actually be a real decision for some people.
But then think about all the joy that you're going to get over the next, well, maybe not 20 years, but in that time,
Again,
it's worth it.
For me, no brainer. The way I always look at things, this might sound morbid, but like when I'm making decisions, it's like when you're laying on your deathbed, what are you going to think of? Are you going to think of the $1.78 million you got over 20 years? Or are you going to think back and smile of all the happiness your pet brought you? Sam in Scarborough, what say you?
I'm not a pet owner myself, but my dad is, and I would 1,000% say the happiness that his pet brings him.
Aw, because you've seen a difference in your dad?
1,000%. Like, if my dad didn't have a dog, I don't think that my dad would be the same person.
Wow.
Sometimes you have parents or people in your life that are like tough. You know, you don't really see much emotion from them, and then you see them get a pet, and it's like it unlocks something inside them. That you're like, oh, I didn't know this person had that in them.
Kind of how I look at you,
Gurdeep. My dad treats the dog better than everybody.
Yeah. It's hard to disagree. Sam, thank you for the call.
Thank you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I do. I will say it is really nice to see that side of you. Not that I didn't know it existed, but it's really sweet.
Right. It's there.
It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a softie.
You find it obnoxious after 5 minutes.
No, you're a softie. It's nice. John from Springwater. So what do you think about this question? Getting an $89,000 raise or the happiness that your pet brings you?
By far the happiness my pet brings. She was sick last week, and she's a little better now, but there's nothing that can replace that puppy.
I can hear the emotion in your voice, John.
It was pretty tough last week, and I'm having to administer some syringes, and she hates it, and I just hope she doesn't hate me. But I'm telling you, there's no better thing than having a pet that loves you.
Yeah.
I am with you 100%. Just make sure. I had to take Coffee to the vet last week, and she got a syringe, so I feel your pain, but just distract them with lots of treats. They'll always love you.
I hope.
Thanks so much, John. Appreciate we're thinking of you.
Great day.
Thanks, buddy. You too. What's better, that $89,000 annual raise or the happiness your pet brings you? Rennie in Brampton, what do you say?
I think both of them, I would go with both of them,
You want both?
The reason why I would go with both of them, even if the pet give you happiness, the raises would be good to help pay off your bills.
Yep.
This is true, but what if you had to choose? Rennie's like, I want it all.
I would choose the raise and then pay my get the pet after.
Rennie, you're playing chess while we're all playing checkers here. Well done.
Yes.
Rennie, thanks for the call.
You're most welcome.
Rennie trying to solve this like it's a riddle.
Yeah.
It's a hypothetical, not a riddle.
I like the way Rennie thinks.
Yeah.
I just realized something. This is a British study.
Okay.
So are we talking about 89,000 pounds?
Oh, that's a lot more than $89,000.
Because if you put that into Canadian dollars, that's $161,000.
All right, I got to call Coffee. I got the news.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
Probably noticed that Pooja was not here yesterday, and Pooja, you want to tell us why?
Yeah, so on Tuesday, we found out that my 91-year-old mother-in-law passed away, and she passed away peacefully. She died in her sleep. She was surrounded by family. She always asked to go that way, so of course it was, kind of poetic that is the way that she went. She lived a long, beautiful life and, got to know her grandkids. We were afraid during our fertility journey that we were not going to have kids that she would be able to see or meet. Mm-hmm. And she got 2.5 years with them and they bonded. And it was just, it's been very sad for the family, obviously, to lose the matriarch of the family. But at the same time, we all know that, she had a really good life and it was filled with a lot of laughter and a lot of great memories. And grief is an interesting thing. I know you've been through it with your dad as well, losing a parent. I haven't lost a parent of my own yet, but in many ways, my mother-in-law was my mom. I've talked about her on the show. Over,
you have.
Remember Put It in the Bag?
Put It in the Bag was one of, it might be to date, like 4 years into the show, it might be the single favorite segment we've ever done on this show.
I mean, she was so fun. And I know that there's no right way to grieve. There's no wrong way to grieve. And it is one of those things that sort of comes in waves, and everybody deals with it in their own way. For our family, humor seems to be a big part of everything we do. So it was amazing how we were all in the ICU and all the families there, and we were just laughing, telling stories and recounting things that she said over the years, and just, some of it very beautiful and some of it just hilarious because her take on things was just so fun.
Right. And isn't that the way you'd want it? If you were in that position, like, wouldn't you just want everyone around you sharing good stories, laughing? Like, that's how we want to try and leave this world, probably, right?
And a lot of people are like, oh, I'm surprised you came to work today. But, for me, this is where I get to come and I get to laugh and I get to be like a part of something with you. Mm-hmm. And you guys are all so wonderful, and it feeds my soul. So for me, this was the best place for me to be. Of course, after I'm gone here today, I'll be back in it with the family and supporting Paul through this. But there was something I came across on Instagram. It was a video that talked about coping with grief. Mm-hmm. And it sort of gave me a new perspective, and it helped me. So I'm going to play it for you.
It's a beautiful clip. You sent it to me and I'm like, we have to play this. This is, it definitely resonated with me.
Okay, let's play it for you.
I saw this video this week that I can't stop thinking about. The video said that anytime we go through something really difficult, there's a wound there. And the days and months and years following that wound, there's a lot of ups and then there's a lot of downs. And this woman said that the ups and downs are the stitching that bring the wound back together. Like, it keeps getting tighter and you're mending the wound, you're healing it. I just keep thinking about that because I feel like when we have down moments, we can get really hard on ourselves and be like, why is this happening? But that's a part of the stitch. It's going to come back up, going to go back down, going to come back up. I just love it. Thank you to whoever put out that video. I can't find it, but I hope you hear this and you think about this whenever you're going through the ups and downs of life.
I think that's beautiful.
It's just said so beautifully.
And it kind of gives you a little lift if you are someone who's experiencing a down right now, if you're going through it and you are, why is this happening to me? It maybe gives you the 30,000-foot view to be like, this is just the valley right now as I sort of make my way to my next peak, which is all part of the stitch.
Yeah, it's coming for you, right? So at least if there's the hope that provides.
Yeah.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
Your family big into Easter, your kids?
Yeah, my kids love the Easter egg hunt. Who doesn't love all the chocolate, right? I was like, when I was a kid, I loved Easter. Now I'm like, oh, yeah, it's all right.
And now you're on the other side of it. The Easter egg hunt. I wonder about that because the cost of eggs.
The cost of eggs is crazy now. So we used to always dye our Easter eggs with our kids.
I remember doing that in class.
Yeah, and in class. I don't know if they're doing that anymore because eggs are so expensive.
Because, I guess technically you could still eat the egg. I don't know. It's been out of the fridge for a while. You probably wouldn't want to. But, generally, I don't think eggs that have been dyed or painted, they're not generally consumed after.
Well, they're usually hard-boiled, my fave.
I know.
But I don't think we've ever eaten them, even after we dyed them at school, and even with my kids, we don't. So it's kind of a waste.
It's pretty and it's fun, but it's a waste of an egg, which now, I just picked up eggs the other day. I think I paid $8.50 for a carton of eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not painting those. Those going to get eaten. But I did find last year, the year before, it might have been during COVID. All the time is the same now. But I did find plastic Easter eggs, white.
Okay, there we go.
And they have they're not that shiny plastic. They were like a matte plastic.
Do they have the weight that eggs have?
They don't have the weight. They're empty inside.
Right.
So it's just for looks, just to paint them and dye them. And it worked okay. They don't absorb as nicely as a real egg does, but they worked.
Right. I wonder, though, for people doing Easter egg hunts this weekend, have you ever found anything super weird in your...
Yeah, as a kid.
What'd you find?
Sometimes the toys would be defective, and
that's
there'd be an arm missing from one. Or I remember when they used to paint them, and they'd be painting the eyes were on the cheek, and the lips are on the neck. They messed up the painting on it,
like a nightmarish Mr. Potato Head or something.
Oh, come on, man! This toy would have been so cool.
Yeah.
Or actually, the worst is we used to get the giant Easter eggs from my grandma.
Oh, that's awesome.
Big Italian ones, and you'd open it and think that it was a perfect perfect egg, but they'd be all cracked inside and it would just fall apart once you open it.
That's no good.
And I'm like, what?
Getting a text coming in here from Julia in Toronto. What's the weirdest thing you found in an Easter egg? ? My mom put baby carrots in them once because she was, quote, tired of sugar.
What? It's Easter.
I mean, see,
Once a year.
now I'd appreciate baby carrots, but as a kid, that would be very disappointing.
But hey, carrots, bunnies, it's still Easter.
That thing, it's still on brand. The mom put some thought into
There
it.
you go.
There's something there, Julia. What is the weirdest thing you found in an Easter egg?
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
We're asking, what is the weirdest thing you found in an Easter egg? It turns out we are not alone here, Steph. I mean, yours was defective toys. That actually doesn't seem that weird based on some of the text we're getting here.
Right.
Jenny from Peterborough texting in saying, I found a loonie wrapped in a note that said, invest this wisely. I was 6.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I would have thought it would at least be one of those like chocolate. Remember those
loonie.
chocolate loonies?
Yeah.
Nope.
Investors, that was from like a parent or a grandparent.
Had to be when she was 6. Like I don't even know what year you were 6, Jenny, but it still wasn't a lot of money.
No.
Oh man. This one says my grandma once put a tea bag in one, like a single tea bag. Thanks, Nana.
Wow.
Doug in
she
Simcoe
wanted
County.
her to enjoy a nice cup of tea.
Yeah, or is that like a thing where maybe the chocolate then tasted like tea infused or something?
Maybe. Depends on what kind of tea it was.
Maybe Grandma Nana was onto something.
Yeah.
Mike in Oakville texting in saying, no joke, I once found a single Tic Tac. One.
What?
Feels very on brand with today's prices.
See, but that's true. Like, that's like the defective toy. They could have just messed up.
Listen, you buy one pack of Tic Tacs and you're just filling Easter eggs with a single Tic Tac.
No,
That's a way to spread it around. I love that.
No, that's not okay.
I like that, Mike in
No.
Oakville. No, it's not okay. Getting some really cool text, though, as well. Some really creative stuff. This one kind of blew my mind. Nikki from Hamilton texting in saying, I would find puzzle pieces in my eggs, and it was because my parents got a puzzle made of the gift we were receiving. You know, you can turn pictures into puzzles.
Yeah.
So we had to put the puzzle together to see what our gift was.
That's so cool.
That is so creative.
I thought it was just the puzzle. I'm like, even the puzzle itself would be cool.
Even the puzzle itself, but it's like...
that's so cool.
Yeah. And
that's
then
a great idea.
Nikki said she's going to continue that tradition on for her kids. I'm
I
like,
like
that
that.
is awesome. One more here. This text coming in saying, my friend was getting engaged and we split open the chocolate egg and put the engagement ring inside and then melted the edges back together. That's so cool.
That is
You think you're just
cool.
giving your partner an Easter egg and then it's an engagement
There's a
ring?
ring inside, or you think it's one of those cheap ones from like the dentist? You're like, oh, it's great.
The kind you get in a Cracker Jack box?
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
from 98.1 CHFI.
Okay, well, this feels appropriate. Today is National Bean Counter Day. And that got
count
me
my
thinking,
coffee beans?
Well, if you want to take it quite literally, yes, you could do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
that sounds fun.
It could be for baristas. Sure, why not? Count your coffee beans if you've got that kind of time. I was just looking at the calendar. Personal taxes filing deadline. I know it's not a very sexy topic, but it's real.
I'm usually done by now. Last year, I waited till the last second just because I was so busy. And this year, I haven't done them either. Usually, I'm done by like end of February. As soon as I get my T4s,
Wow,
I'm done.
You're a keener. That's
I
good. Your
got
accountant
nothing
must
to put on my taxes.
Your accountant must love you.
I don't have an accountant
Oh,
anymore.
you do it yourself?
I did it myself last year and realized that there was a bunch of mistakes. So that was great. So I'm probably, I think.
Oh,
I'm gonna
like
do
your
it
previous accountant made the mistakes and
Yeah.
you fixed them.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, I fixed them and
So
no.
you're basically an accountant. Do you want to do my taxes?
Yeah, sure. We got 2 weeks. I can learn. I hate math and numbers. It's not my thing.
You know what? It's for the thing for me, and it's just that, like, I've got an accountant. I think a lot of people have accountants, but as the individual, you still have to do so much work.
I know.
I feel like I'm doing all the work.
Yeah, I
like
thought
you got to
they
gather
were,
all
like,
the documents,
Yeah.
and then you got to like add things up, and you got to do math for them, and then
This
submit
is
it.
why I'm not an accountant. This is why I come to you. My last accountant, I feel like should have asked a bunch of things like being separated, having kids. These where I found all of my mistakes
Mm-hmm.
where I wasn't like checking off the boxes that needed to be checked off. So I'm going to do them again this year. I think I wanted to go to a professional, but I think I'm just going to.
I mean, if it worked out better for you. I just don't get why can't the government, whoever, just send all the stuff that you get sent to you in the mail that's required for accounting, just send it directly to the accountants.
Yes.
Let them do
They
it
don't
all
know
and
who your
tabulate it
accountant
all. But you can file it and whatever, like add them to your whatever, your CRA website
I know.
thing.
This is why we go to accountants because I don't deal with numbers.
Because inevitably what happens, I send in a bunch of stuff, then I'll get an email back being like, oh, you forgot to send this. Oh, can you send this? Oh, can you bookkeep this? Did you know, Steph, that there are countries in the world where you do not have to file your own taxes. The government does it for you. This isn't pie in the sky stuff. In Europe, I'll name a few: Denmark, Sweden, Spain, the UK. The government does your taxes for you. It's called the ready return.
When are we moving?
Exactly.
Wow.
Here we got to deal with the CRA. In the US, they got to deal with the IRS.
Right.
You got to do so much work. I'm just saying, there's an election coming up. This should be an election issue.
Yes.
If one of the parties was like, hey, we are pro ready return, I'd be like, I don't care what color your party is. I'm voting for you.
I know. Why do we got to do it? You're the one that wants the money.
Too much. We're all amateur accountants.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Okay, let's admit it. We've all been there. We've all done it. The 5-second rule. You drop some food on the floor and you just eat it, even though you know you shouldn't. Something in your mind tells you it's 5 seconds. It's fine.
I've done it this morning on the show.
Have you really?
Sarah brought in scones, and they're delicious, and a little crumble broke off, and I'm like, I'm not wasting any scone. Picked it up, and I ate it.
In here?
Is that weird?
Oh, no. Like, at least on your own floor.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
There's a lot of foot traffic in here.
So what did we learn? Did we learn that it's okay to eat food that's on the floor?
Okay, so a microbiologist in Chicago put the 5-second rule to the test and then put it on TikTok because that's what you do. And of course it went viral. And so he wanted to see if it's safe to eat food that's fallen on the floor. So he placed a Petri dish on the ground for various time limits.
I already don't like it because a Petri dish is involved.
Yes. So then, this is real science. The time was from 0 seconds to 1 minute just to see. And he concluded that whether food is left for 5 seconds or 60, it will be nasty either way. Yes. And also interesting that the sample that was left for 1 minute had the same amount as the 5-second one.
Oh, so it doesn't get worse over time.
No. So this idea of it's only 5 seconds, I'm sure it's fine. No, whatever it picked up in those 5 seconds is what it picks up.
So, but what if you pick it up in 2 seconds? They tested 5 to 60. Why didn't they test 1?
No,
I want to know.
No, they tested from 0.
Oh, from
0.
And did the stuff that was 1, 2, 3 seconds, it was just as nasty?
It was just as nasty.
What? Come on.
So there's no getting around this. You're not actually, it's still not safe to eat. If you're doing it, you know that. You should know that before you do it.
You're telling me I drop a Cheerio that in 1 second, there's as much business on it that there is in 60 seconds?
Yes. As much business on it?
Yeah, like Nast. There's Nast on it.
Oh my goodness. Some biznast. I don't want to eat that. There's some biznast on it. Oh dear. Okay. So look, I thought this was one of those things that maybe you're like, I probably did this in my younger days. The fact that you just did it this morning, you could use this.
Yeah, my dad always said, build your immune system. It's fine. I'd be like, Dad, can I eat this? He's like, eat it. Build your immune system.
And how's your immunity?
Yeah, I feel a little queasy.
A little biznast?
Okay, for the most part.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.